right, we are back. Hey, Kane and Ice coming at you. Kane, what's going on, bro?
Doing good, my man. How about yourself? What's going
Hey,
on up
man,
there,
feeling good. Gamecocks
As
in
a-
2016.
Oh,
Thing
Jesus.
rolling.
You
You
really
know,
got to start the show off with that? Come
yeah,
on, man.
rolling over Duke.
Okay, all right. I was pulling for you guys. Of course, I'm the ultimate Duke hater. So, of course, I was pulling for you
All
guys.
right, so say it with me. Say it with me. I'll start. Game. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Cox.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Dad,
not
look,
using profanity. This is a family show.
I yell game. Then you follow with Cox. Okay. You ready?
I prefer,
Game.
I prefer not to.
All right. Duly noted. All
I'll stay away from that word. It's a
right. How about
13.
this? How about this? Say it with me. SEC. SEC.
Really? We really gonna go there? Well, I don't know. But when the ACC's playing, you can't really say much. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, ACC. That's the thing. ACC ain't playing no more.
the ACC has one team left, baby. We got one team left.
Yeah. But all right. So while we're on the tournament, so what have been your early impressions or surprises so far in the NCAA?
I really don't think there's been a whole lot of surprises. As far as Cinderella, we haven't had that one team. Not a Florida Gulf Coast or somebody who just comes out of the blue from a 12 seed and comes up through there. We've got Xavier and Butler who are still both around. To my surprise, Xavier is there where they're supposed to be. I didn't think Butler would get there past the second round, but considering the matchup they had in the second round, they were able to get to the Sweet 16. So, but I'm still not surprised. Butler's a good team. So there hasn't been any major surprises. There's been a lot of good games, some close games, and of course, the big upset. I ain't gonna even call it an upset. South Carolina's a pretty good basketball team. A lot of senior leadership on that team, and you're playing a Duke team with starting a couple of freshmen and not a true point guard on that team, which transferred out from the school last year. So that kind of put them at a disadvantage. And although that Duke beat North Carolina and finished the tournament, won the ACC tournament, I always thought they were a little weaker than the traditional Duke team just because of that point guard they don't have and a post game and rebounds and defense, interior defense, which they don't get. So they were vulnerable, and they just ran into a bad matchup. And South Carolina was just happened to be probably had the best
Game.
They probably had the best second half they ever had in the history of the school in basketball. Everything they threw up in the second half was going in. I was like, I think they started out something like 75% through the first 10 minutes of that second half.
Well, they shot like 71% for the half.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They were smoking it. So, good grief. If Winthrop hits, 12 out of 15 3-pointers, then hell, they could beat a lot of teams too. It was just a perfect snowball.
Right.
Duke got his foul.
What you're trying to say is that South Carolina was just mentally and physically tougher than Duke.
Definitely. They were.
Duke was in the SEC, it'd be like the 8th place team.
No, they would have won the SEC. They would have won the SEC. They come in second in the ACC behind that team that's still there.
Nah, second ACC, I ain't saying a whole lot this season, but okay. All right, so rub it in, right? All right, so what happened to, I'll tell you what surprised me, I guess, Villanova being out this early. Obviously surprised a lot of people. A lot of people had them as champs, Winthrop not making the Final Four, kind of shocking.
Yeah, it is. I'm just surprised we held on to the coach. So, hey.
Well, they say he backed out. Does that mean he's going somewhere else, or does that mean he come back to Winthrop? You
can't second guess twice. Okay, you only get one time to second guess.
What I'm saying is, what if he backed out because somebody else offered him a better job?
I guess we'll find out the next day or so.
I'll tell you what happened. He got off the plane in Massachusetts, and a little colder. He's like, okay, I can deal with this. That's all right. And then when he came back to South Carolina and got off the plane, he's like, man, what was I thinking? Like, so much warmer here. Yeah. Yeah.
So they probably think, wait a minute, I can be the doormat in this conference, or I can be the alpha dog in the Big South. Let me think about this. Pretty much for the same pay. I mean, because UMass wasn't going to pay him a whole lot more. You're in a bigger conference, yes, but you're going to be the doormat in that conference. So he's probably started thinking, yeah, I got it made down here with him. Let me go on back down here and chill out.
I'm telling you, once he got off that plane once he got back to Charlotte or Rock Hill and got off the plane, it was so much warmer. He was like, man, yeah, you mad? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not ready to do it. All right. Okay, bye. Man, what's up with Virginia, man? How's big time ACC team scored 39 points?
Well, Virginia plays that slow down. Yeah, and again, well, Virginia for the last couple of years have been trying to slow down the game and win the battle of possessions. They try to grind it out. So in this year, with what they lost last year, which was Malcolm Brogdon, I don't know if you watched him play last year, but that dude, he carried Virginia. So when he left this year, they lost a big part of that offense. Now they're still trying to play that slow down offense that they had last year, but they ain't got Malcolm Brogdon to bail them out at the end, pretty much, for lack of a better term, when the shot clock gets low. So they didn't have that this year, and it really shows. When they were off, they were off. So this wasn't the same Virginia team from the last couple of years when they had Brogdon, Anderson, and a couple of other of those players. So their offense really went south with these guys going away, and they just wasn't able to recover from it. Now, did I think they scored 39 points in a game? Jesus Christ. I mean, a good high school team should be able to do that, but
right.
So, it's the NCAA tournament. SEC. You just have a few games.
SEC.
Come on. It's a one game tourney per week. I mean, you have one bad game and you're out. I mean, it happens to the best of teams. Duke's lost they got beat by Lehigh a couple of years ago, a 15 seed.
But
they got beat. The
ACC was the greatest conference in the history of the galaxy, right?
It still is.
Yeah. Yeah, ACC basketball. Notre Dame. Virginia. Yeah.
Y'all got Kentucky, Florida, South Carolina, and who else?
But that's out of 16 teams, and we ain't even a basketball conference.
Trust me, you're not winning the championship, so chill out.
All right, we'll see. Also, a big shout out to everybody competing in our bracket challenge. Appreciate you. I know you're in that number 2 spot. I'm right behind you, but you got Villanova picked to be your champ, so I'm gonna pass you pretty soon here.
That was a bad pick, man. I should have picked Kansas, but hey, I went with my heart, and I should have thought with my head. So hey, things happen. But I'll beat you because your rest of your bracket will be jacked up, and I'll win by default. So it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, picking one to go to Final Four may screw me, but we'll see.
Yeah, you're done.
So let me ask you: the big story in college basketball, bigger than the tournament, bigger than the draft, is my new idol, Lavar Ball. All right, I used to look at Joe Jackson as a model of how to parent. Most of
Ike Turner.
And then came Big Baller Brand, like Joe never got $1 billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, LaVar, thank you for coming along and giving me a blueprint. So, all right. So, of course, he's been all over TV, and he's transitioned, I guess, from Fox Sports on to ESPN now.
Yeah.
What takeaways have you had from this weekend LaVar Ball talk?
I mean, what part? I mean, Jesus Christ, today he was on First Take with Stephen A. And, Stephen A. kind of went bombastic, and you kind of went over the top, exaggerating some of these things. But, This guy talking about, well, of course he talked about if you were to take Steph Curry and put him on UCLA and take Lonzo Ball and put him on Golden State would win the championship and UCLA wouldn't even be in the tournament pretty much. I mean, the guy's just totally irrational.
He does realize that.
Today,
he does realize Steph Curry took Davidson.
Yeah. I know what I saw in Davidson. I saw a team that shouldn't be close to the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16, led by Steph Curry, lighting up the best teams in the country. So with that being said, Lonzo Ball's good, but I don't know if he was Steph Curry good in college when he was at Davidson. And then the lame thing today when he talks about Lonzo Ball could come to the Lakers and be like, make a Magic-like impression on the Lakers.
Yeah. And now, for those who don't know, for you millennials, the Lakers won the championship Magic's rookie year. Okay, so to say a Magic-like impression, I'm going to turn you into a contender immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. And with us being Laker fans now, we know this kind of thing. We know how bad the team is right now. With that being said, if Lonzo Ball comes there, we might get 3-4 more games, but I just can't see us taking out Golden State and Houston, and hell, we can't even beat OKC. So like, if he comes there, I just can't see him taking that kind of impact on the team. But his dad thinks so. His dad thinks, Lonzo's it. So, but hey, we'll see.
Well, and I can relate. And you're a dad. I'm a dad. I mean, my son is going to be WWE champion one day. He's going to revolutionize the world wrestling entertainment. I mean, right now, he probably does a better DDT than Randy Orton.
Yeah, how proud you must feel, Pops.
Yeah.
How proud
he's only 3. He already has more charisma than The Rock.
Whoa. Now, whoa.
Yeah.
You said that.
LeVar and me were talking about this. He recognized it too.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Can he do the people's eyebrow?
Well, his eyebrows aren't fully grown in yet, so it's a little, still working on that. But, right now we're working mostly on moves,
Keep working. Keep working, man.
Well, I have to take the beating, but it's all good,
You're used to that, so it's okay.
Good point. All right. Let's go over to the NFL. Of course, the never-ending soap opera that is the NFL. Of course, I guess big story. A couple weeks in the free agency is you still got some big-name quarterbacks out there. Romo, I guess, kind of stuck in limbo, right? They're going to release him. You got Cutler. You got the most intriguing one, probably Colin Kaepernick, for more than just on the field stuff. Where do you see these 3 guys landing?
I still think Romo ends up with the Texans or the Broncos, one of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Cowboys are just playing stubborn right now. I don't know what they're waiting on maybe they're waiting closer to the draft to make a deal. But I think they're costing themselves money and positioning at the same time. Cutler's going to have to be a backup somewhere. I don't think nobody's going to sign Cutler to be a starter. I think his starting years are either 1 or 2 more, or he's done. He's pretty much done as a starter. He is what he is by now. You know what you're getting. He's not going to turn your franchise around. He's not going to have a big surprise year. Jay Cutler is what he is, Colin Kaepernick, man. I mean, personally, I think he's getting blackballed.
Okay.
I think just because the NFL didn't do anything to punish him, I think some of these GMs and these owners are combining with some other people to influence teams not to take a chance on him. Because you can't sit here and tell me there's how many teams need quarterback in the NFL that really need a starting quarterback? 10, maybe? You can't tell me there's 32 other quarterbacks that are better than Colin Kaepernick in this league. That's just not.
Well, and he's relatively young. I mean, honestly, at first I was thinking, he's probably not getting blackballed, at least not yet, because it's still kind of early in the process. Teams trying to feel things out, see if they may be able to draft a quarterback. And then I read that Johnny Manziel was talking in New Orleans. So I was like,
dang. Okay. All right. You can say Johnny Manziel, who threw 5 touchdowns, over Colin Kaepernick, who went to the NFC Championship twice, Super Bowl.
Plus,
come on.
Well, plus, I don't know, but I'm guessing because of everything that's going on with Manziel and why he was out of the league and all that stuff, if he comes back, he's probably going to be suspended immediately. You know what I mean?
Or very close to getting one. Give him a couple of weeks. He'll probably get.
But what I'm saying is they're probably going to, just like when Michael Vick came back, he had to serve a suspension.
There's got to be something. Yeah, he's going to have to come back to some kind of suspension or penalty of some sort. Yeah, definitely.
So, and if he's getting calls, now, of course, here's the part we don't know is our teams, and I guess my question would be, before I just say he's been blackballed, I definitely think his opportunity is probably limited because people are probably just don't want that publicity in their building. And, let's be honest. I mean, was it in I don't even want to say the city because I could be wrong, but definitely one of their away games last year, people in the parking lot selling T-shirts with a silhouette of Kaepernick in like crosshairs. You know what I mean? So, and not that you want to empower the type of behavior, but if that's your fan base, they're telling you how they feel about this cat, right? So obviously you wouldn't even look to sign him, even though he could be useful for you. So things like that. But what I really like to know is, are teams calling his agent and saying, what kind of deal is he looking for? What's he looking for? Hey, get in touch with us before you sign anything, whatever. Or is it just like nothing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, without being his agent or talking to him, you don't know what kind of.
Because if it's nothing, then yeah, I definitely think he's getting blackballed. Now, if he's getting as many calls, like he should get more calls than Cutler because he's younger. And with Cutler, I wouldn't be surprised if he retires because with the kind of money he's made, it's going to be hard to just say, oh, well, let me go play for backup money at this age. Why would I go through all that? Because he's not so old that it's like he's just hanging on. You know what I mean? But he's old enough that he's made his $100 million or whatever.
Yeah, true.
So I could see him hanging it up. Because to your point, I can't see anybody saying, yeah, you're going to be our guy. Come on here and start for us,
No, not going to happen.
Barring like some sort of injury like Teddy Bridgewater had or something like that. But you're probably not going to have that till training camp. So
yeah, exactly. So what do you think about the Carolina Panthers starting quarterback, Cam Newton, being out for rotator cuff surgery when they found out pretty much in week 14 of last year that he was going to, he needed this surgery and he needed to be out? You had to think about it. The Panthers wasn't in contention for the playoffs. So why are you putting the franchise quarterback at further risk in week 14 when you're not a threat to make the playoffs with a bad rotator cuff on his throwing shoulder? So what's your opinion on the Panthers' take on that and how they handled that situation?
I think they didn't want to admit that he got hurt by dabbing too hard. No, but it does seem odd. And
Zoe's gonna get you for that. All right.
I know, right? No Cam's our guy.
You're dead. You're gone.
They dress a lot alike.
Oh man.
But, all right. It does seem odd. And of course, last season there was a lot of weird stuff going on with Cam and the whole, no tie and, suspended.
Yeah.
And so I almost wonder if it was like a passive aggressive thing that we're going to, make you go ahead and play these games. I don't know if it's like a subliminal control thing or if Cam was like, you ain't going to sit me down. I could see that.
This ain't a backup linebacker. This is the franchise quarterback, the identity of your team, the face of your team. Why would you put him out there in that kind of situation?
I don't know. I don't have I can't think of a reasonable explanation, and that's why I think it has to be some sort of controlled thing, either the team trying to show him who's boss, or he refusing to come out trying to show them who's boss. You know, I don't know. Because like you said, from a practical standpoint, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense, especially if you know he has the injury. And then, okay, they're saying the reason he's just not having surgery is because they were trying rehab, right, to see how he was going to react. So you could have started rehab 2 or 3 weeks earlier, right? If that was the plan, like, okay, he has this injury, let's start rehab, see how he reacts. And then you could have had the surgery 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he'd be, that much better chance of being ready for camp, right?
Yep, exactly.
So I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And then also to find out that he doesn't have, I guess the way they found out he was still hurt was he went out to go throw and he's still feeling the pain or whatever. So like they're not doing like regular checkups or imaging of the shoulder. Like it just seems odd to me.
Guess not.
This is how we discovered, oh, he's still injured. Oh, you know what? I went out and threw and my arm hurts. What? Okay. Yeah. I mean, it makes you wonder what sort of infrastructure they have over there with the medical team, things like that. I don't know. Or is he in Charlotte during the off season, or is he off somewhere else? Just disconnect. Maybe he's off shooting his Nickelodeon shows or something, or in the mirror working on new dance moves, or
Hey, you just not gonna cut Cam no slack, huh?
Oh, I know what it is. I think he's opening a new store. Capri Pants Are Us, or
That's funny you say that since you got a pair. I mean, come on.
Whatever. Nah, still rocking like the '90s, big jeans. You know what I'm saying?
You mean you ain't got that AKA suit he had?
Nah, that didn't come. That didn't come in my size. He had that custom made.
If it comes to his size, trust me, they got it in your size.
No, he had that made. Okay, that you did not find that suit in the men's section. Okay.
He says he shops in the men's section.
Unless he was hanging out at Tyler Perry's closet or something. That's the only place like that his size. All right, but that thing was custom made.
Hater.
All right, so let's jump to the NBA here. Wrap it up. Give us who your MVP is so far.
Oh man, like I said last week, I think the beard stretched out to the lead, man. Right now, I'm still rolling with James Harden. I'd say I switched probably 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. I probably switched it over to Harden from Russ Westbrook. Now that's not saying Russ Westbrook's not doing his thing. I mean, this man is probably going to maintain that triple double and be the first man since Oscar Robinson. Jesus, how long ago was that? To average a triple double for the season. But when the games that Harden's been having the last couple. And I really think that game against Golden State when Russ was kind of headlined, minus Durant, you're at home, and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson come out there and light you up, and you have a pretty insignificant game. That kind of sunk him a little bit lower to me than the James Harden.
Yeah.
And James Harden's winning games. They're beating, the Clippers. They're beating the teams they're supposed to beat, and they're giving
with you there. Got to be there. But next week, we're going to finalize this bet that the Warriors are getting to the finals. So you figure out what you're willing to lose, all right?
What you're willing to lose. I wish you wouldn't have got a haircut. We could have cut you a mohawk or something.
Oh, I mean, I can have, I have a fro by the time the finals get here. I mean, I could definitely do that now. One thing I had the ability to do is grow hair, right? Which sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But anyway, thank everybody for tuning in. Hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment, holla at us. Kane_ice on Twitter, KaneIce.com, Halftime with Kane and Ice on Facebook. Hey, we appreciate you. We love you. And we're out. Have a good week, brother.
Go Tar Heels. Let's get this.
Game.